Hello boys and girls, are you ready to start today's lesson? I really hope you are. Okay, let's begin. Today's one's again going to be quite easy because we've done some of these things before. We just need to make sure that we're doing them correctly now that we know all of the new things that we've learned recently. Okay, so today's lesson is about questions and answers. Alright, that's not even going to be tricky. We know what questions are. Let's start with that one. We know it's a question when we see the question mark. Just remember, boys and girls, I see a few students making the mistake. When we make a question mark, the dot must never be under the line. This is wrong. So if this is the bottom line and this is the top line, the dot must be in the same place as a full stop on the bottom. And it must never go past the top line. Your hook starts in the middle. For me, I can find it very easy to do a question mark if I start from the bottom and I go up. So I start with a full stop, then I leave a little space, then I go up and around. Okay, that one is really ugly, but you get the idea. Okay, this will help you to find the correct size and shape for your question mark. Okay, and of course with every question, we need an answer. Okay, so we're going to get more into the question side of things when we read in our textbooks later. We have a few more riddles today, and I think they're going to be a little bit tricky as well. So I hope you remember what riddles are. Let's continue on. What I want to focus on today is how do we answer these questions when we're using a pencil or a pen and paper. Okay? So a few first most important rules we must remember. When somebody asks us a basic question, we answer with a basic yes or no. We understand and we know this already. So when we're writing and we answer the question, the first word we write is we start with yes or no. Just in my example say, yes, he is. No, they are not. Okay, the first word is a yes or no, and that's how we start the answer. Something that's very important, let me grab my marker. I want you to quickly look for me. So we've got the answer yes. Because it's the start of a sentence, it must be capital letter. So be careful for that grade ones, you're going to make that mistake and don't let me catch you. Okay, after we put the yes, just like we practiced before, must be a comma. Do you guys remember comma? I'll show you in a second. And the last piece after the comma, there must be an empty space. Remember, I asked you to practice finger spaces. So that's what I want to see, the space of your finger or your pencil. So let's look at this one. No, remember, yes, comma, space. No, comma, space. After, if you can remember that rhyme, after you put yes, you know must be comma, space. After you put no, must be comma, space. So no, let me put my comma in here, start almost like a full stop, and it goes round and down under the line. Okay, then before we carry on with the rest of the sentence, I use my finger to check that there's a nice space. No, he is not, blah, 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 blah. Okay, remember, I want to be able to see one pencil space or one finger space here. No space, no points. And I'm going to minus 100 points if you forget this space. Very important, boys and girls, don't forget this. I want to see a nice space after the comma. Okay, let me erase this. Okay. So just like this, yes, comma, space. No, comma, space. Let's continue. What else do our sentences need? Okay, so we start with yes, comma, space, or no, comma, space. That's how we will start every sentence. Let's look at point number 2. Use the same pronoun from the question. Okay, this is great for pronouns, and it'll also even help you with the verb to be as well. Remember, I am, he is, you are. Okay, pronouns he, she, it. We know these already. We've practiced them many times. Okay, so if somebody asks me the question, is he a chef? My answer must have he. And who's friends with he? You cannot remember? The clue is in the question. Who's his friend? You remember? He is. She is. It is. We've practiced these in K3 and in grade 1, so I hope you remember them. If we look at the question, are they bakers? We will answer yes, they are, or no, they are not. If we can use the pronoun from the question, helping us to write our answer correctly is going to be very easy. Okay, even if we can look at the verb to be, we'll talk about that one in a minute. But when we write the answer, if the question has he, answer must have he. If question has they, answer must have they. If question has she, answer must have, you got it. Okay, we know this, we've practiced this. Let's look at rule number 3. We must always use the correct verb to be. We spoke about this one quickly last week. Again, I don't expect you to remember it. But when you see verb to be, I want you to remember am, is, are. I am, you are, he is, she is. Okay, remember are is also all the plural ends. We are, they are. Okay, it helps us to show that the statement is true. Okay. So again, when we're looking at the correct verb to be, we can find the answer in the question. So, is he? Correct verb to be is here. He is. If you look at your questions carefully, boys and girls, you can answer your questions very nicely. Let's look at question number 2. Are they? Remember, verb to be is, am, are. Are, it's here. Are they? They are. Okay, when we write the sentences, it'll make even more sense. But help me remember that we use the pronoun and the verb to be from the question, and our answers are going to be perfect. Let's look at the last one. If we answer no, the no answer must end with the word not. Not. No, he is not. Okay. It's one of the things that makes a little bit less sense, but it makes perfect sense when you get into later stages in grade 4, 5, and 6. But for now in grade 1, I just want you to remember at the end of a no sentence, the last word must be not. And not is a negative. Not true. Or no, not true. So we start the negative answer with no, and we finish. No, he is not. If you can remember that, your sentence answers are going to be beautiful. So, over here I have 2 examples using these rules. Yes, he is. No, they are not. Okay, so let's answer the question, is he a chef? If we wanted to answer negatively, we start with no, comma, space. Which pronoun must I use? Bing, 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 bing. Here we are. No, he. Who's the friend with he? Is. No, he is. And negative we put not. No, he is not. Now the sentence and the question, or my question and my answer are perfect. Okay, if we want to answer it in the positive, and we say it's true, the same rules apply. We start with capital Y, small e, small s, comma, space, yes, pronoun, he, verb to be, is. And that's it, full stop. Yes, he is. No, he is not. We've practiced this with verbs or words many, many times, but now we need to start putting it into writing. And if your writing is not beautiful, I'm going to give you a mustache. Okay, so be careful. I'm going to get you. Okay, let's look at question number 2. Are they bakers? Okay, so let's say we got they is plural, bakers is plural. Whose voice friends is plural? Are. Let's answer it in the positive first. Are they bakers? Because that's going to be easy. Yes, comma, space. Which pronoun must I use? Ding, 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 ding. There it is. Yes, they are. Full stop. Don't forget Mr. Full Stop. We practiced that many times and I don't have to tell you about full stops. Don't forget them. Okay, let's answer the question in the negative. So here's in the positive. Yes, they are. Again, they are. It's in the question. They are. It's in the answer. Are they bakers? Let's go negative. Capital N, small o, comma, space. My writing's looking so ugly. No, he. Is that right? No, they. And who's friends with they? Is it is, am, or are? No, they. It's here in the question. Are. And remember, negative we finish with not. Full stop. No, they are not. Okay. And that's the basics, boys and girls. We've done this a couple of times. Again, I just wanted to make sure you remember those important rules. Comma, space, the size and shape of your question mark, the size and shape of your comma. We've done this in class many times, so please don't forget the old lessons that we've practiced and make sure that we practice the new ones correctly. That brings us to the end of this section, so make sure you get your workbooks and textbooks ready for the next part of the lesson. Good luck, boys and girls. Ooh, look at this thing. All right. So yeah, boys and girls, I hope you have had fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.